Welcome to this episode of the Local Offer Podcast.
In this special video episode, we bring you the highlights of the platform, which was an event supporting young people to have a voice for a variety of workshops and activities. We were kindly assisted by two young people, Nero and Jason, who took part in our workshop to help document the event.
This episode explores the many ways young people are making their mark on Manchester today.
We are interviewing Laura?
Yeah, Laura.
So today in this session we are making some zines.
So I started doing radio bits 15 years ago.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Beth and I run Creative City. We're a community arts organisation and we say we are building community power creatively.
What did you do here today with your...
So today we have been doing an intro to legislative theatre, which is a process that's about making change using drama. So normally the process involves working with young people to create a little play that highlights injustice. And then you have an event where the audience gets involved in the play and starts to change things. Everybody works together to try to come up with solutions to these injustices. And there's also power holders in the room, and they make commitments based on what people sort of tell them is important to them to make changes that are being asked for. So it's like using drama to make change.
Yeah.
And we were doing a taster of that today, and we were making mini little productions, and we actually had power holders from the city council coming to get involved and make commitments, and it was all very glorious and change makery.
Well, did you have a favourite part of today?
So much of today was lovely. So yeah, young people came up with some great plays, and I love to see that sort of like, how is he, because it's quite a scary thought, isn't it? Just act. If I was just like, oh, come along and do some acting. But actually, young people did phenomenally and put together some really great ideas, used their bodies, used their idea, like somebody even made a poster that was on a sort of human wall. Just loads of great ideas came out today.
No, I love that. I love all the creativity. Is there anything else you would like to say, Anne?
I love using creative ways to enable people to have a voice and make change and use their experiences to make change. And this was so great because young people were using like their drama skills. All of us have a voice because we can all move our bodies, or like come up with ideas. Everybody can get involved in a sort of collective way.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
Yes.
What do you do here?
So I'm here for Reform Radio, running a podcasting workshop, showing people the basics and getting them a bit hands-on with microphones and running a little podcast.
Have you been having fun so far?
It's been very entertaining. I've learned a lot from the younger lot. I've had a lot of, I think, primary school kids come through, and it's been very entertaining hearing everything that goes on in their brains right now.
What's the most enjoyable bit about it, or is it just listening to people talk?
I think it's hearing the like streams of consciousness and seeing how confident they get on the microphones within a matter of minutes, because they kind of forget that they're having to learn something, they're just talking. And it's a bit more entertaining for them than just being fed information. So that's been the favourite bit.
How long have you been doing this in general?
So I started doing radio bits 15 years ago when I was 14. So I had events like this that I was able to get my hands on, and then it's kind of not stopped since. So I've been with Reform for the past 5 years, but before that independently and for other radio stations.
That's really cool, actually. Thank you.
It's all right, thank you. You smashed it. Well done.
I appreciated that.
So I'm Louisa and I do Lego Serious Play facilitation. So I've been doing this for about 2.5 years.
What does serious play mean when it comes to Lego?
Really good question. It involves lots of Lego, but in a more kind of structured way, in a way that helps people to open up more clearly, to be really honest. It usually helps to kind of facilitate conversations and get people chatting a little bit more. So you're using Lego as a tool to start a conversation rather than just to build something. It's really metaphorical, so really leads into storytelling.
Have you seen anything interesting happening so far in the last few?
Yeah, so I think it's quite interesting because one of the great things about getting people to think with their hands is it unlocks lots of different thoughts. So you'll ask the same question, you'll get different responses that are like vastly different from lots of different people. So it's been really interesting seeing people build what types of things they want to see more of. So we had one young gentleman build a whole like forest scene with a waterfall and animals and a gardener in there and members of the community. And that was with very little prompt. He just saw all the pieces and in his mind was able to build something. So it's really, really impressive, I think, to see what people pull together from relatively short prompts.
Yeah. So they're not limited at least.
No, exactly.
That's fantastic.
Hi, nice to meet you both. What do you want to see around Manchester so far?
I think I want to see more youth clubs that like involve people with SEND because most of them I feel like they have a high capacity of people. So like if you have autism, for example, you won't want to go because there's too many people. That's why we both help at a youth club, which is for people with special needs, and it's good, but there's not as many in Manchester, so I feel like there needs to be more.
It's all about that exclusive, is it? Inclusivity? Like, yeah, so everyone that comes gets to like do different activities that cater to their needs. So if someone needs a bit of quiet time, they've got a quiet room. If someone likes to just focus on art, they can focus on art. There's a whole music room, so you can just go out and jam. Like, it's very, well, our youth group, it's very inclusive, and it's really nice, a really nice environment, and I'd like to see just more of it.
What is your opinion on how stuff are funded in the UK for young people?
I think there should be a lot more funding because obviously at our youth group, how does it work?
We have a session for younger and olders.
Yeah.
Like obviously for trips, an example, that costs money. So if we have more money, then we could do more things in the community.
We don't want to say everything revolves around money, but it really does. Like being able to feed people, being able to take them on trips, residentials, all that needs money, and obviously money don't just grow on trees. So,
What are your opinions on all of the different things you can do here, but you're not like pressured to do them?
yeah, it's literally no pressure at all. You're just given, you can just go do what you want and see what you want, explore around, like speak to different people. I think it's really calm, and it just gives people a chance to just be themselves rather than feeling like they have to do something and they have to be somewhere. But it's really good.
And I like the fact it's very spacious because obviously with ADHD I like to walk up and down, I don't like to sit down. So it has the option for people with ADHD.
Thank you. That's been really nice.
It's been really nice speaking to you.
So we're running an event to help young people get their voices heard, because I think in 2026 there are a lot of dusting off of young people's opinions and voices. So it's looking at different ways in which young people can feel like they can get their voices out there and heard in ways that also connect to them.
How successful has this session been so far?
I think it's been very successful. Loads of people here, people look like they're having a really good time. It's really nice to see so many people engaged.
How long have you been running this event today?
So this will be the kind of second hour that we've been doing it. It's been dead nice. So I'm running the TED Talk section, getting people to find out how to put down into paper how to put across their ideas and what they're passionate about more clearly. Because the more you're able to do that, the more you're able to have a voice, and then the more that you're able to have a voice, the more you're able to make things change for what you want. Yeah.
So the topic that I'm passionate about is hot drinks. I've always been someone to get a hot drink, whether it be in the summer or in winter. I think hot drinks are great because there are different flavors. So whether you are a tea lover, coffee lover, matcha lover, there's always something for you. I also think it's a great way to socialize. So a lot of us will have gone to an office and then the first thing you get asked is, would you like a brew or would you like a cuppa?
I also think it's a great way to explore different countries. So usually when I travel, I like to try different specialties. Last year I visited Morocco and I tried the Moroccan royal tea, which had different flavors of like peppermints inside. They also have health benefits as well. So when we think about teas, if you usually have a sore throat, you might go for a ginger and lemon tea. If sometimes you have a tummy ache, you might go for a ginger tea alone. And so overall, I think hot drinks are great and they just keep us warm and they make us all happy beings.
The Tree of Hope is an opportunity for people to leave messages, express feelings of hope, happiness, love, peace in the world, just to leave a message for people to see. That's what the Tree of Hope is about.
What are your thoughts on the Tree of Hope?
My thoughts is, it's looking a lot more hopeful than it was when it started. It was just a couple of branches when it started, and so far, people have started decorating it, putting messages on it, drawing nice pictures. So I'm very hopeful it'll be a very good thing at the end.
How long has the Tree of Hope been here?
It arrived about an hour ago, and people have worked very hard so far. But I did have to tie 2 pieces of wood together this morning. So it was created this morning, really.
What did you think it was going to become? What do you think it's going to become by the end of the day?
A real symbol of hope, peace, world peace and love. Hope, peace and love, hopefully.
What's happening in this session today?
So today in this session we are making some zines. I don't know if you've heard of zines before. Some people know about them, some people don't. So
I have not heard about zines. What are they?
So they are do-it-yourself kind of like creative projects. They're called zines because they're similar to magazines, but they're self-published. So you don't need to, for example, like find a publisher to.
They should be called Maya zines.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do what you want, so it makes it really like free. Because obviously, when you do need to like get things published officially, you need to like make them kind of like make someone else like it. But the magic of a zine is no one else needs to like it. You can do what you want. So you can write anything you want. You can do like stories. You can do opinions. There are like zines that are about political opinions, zines that are about things that people are interested in. Some zines are like how-to guides or do-it-yourself guides. And they kind of like come from things like it kind of originated in like punk and queer subcultures. So it's this whole like grassroots thing. So it makes it really cool.
What different topics have people been making zines on today?
Well, I saw a very good one that just went, which was about access, especially for people who use wheelchairs. I have been going a much less good route by just writing about the bugs that I own, and like, because I have some bugs at home and I just really like them, so I just want to write loads of fun facts about them. So that's the real range of it, is like you could just say, I really like this one topic, this is what I'm writing about, or I have something to say politically to like change society.
How long have you been doing this booth here, kind of?
So I've been doing the booth since this morning, but I actually don't do this usually. Usually I run a youth voice group in Manchester. So I've kind of helped with organising this event, and because I've kind of done this a bit with my group, I decided to do this at the event just to have an option for drop-in stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's been really nice.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you up to?
I am currently making a zine.
What are you making?
I am making a zine about the novel I'm writing.
What is the novel about?
It's a metafictional fantasy where the main character hero, he goes on a quest to defeat a king, and after he gets roped up in a plan to summon a god.
Can you give us the name of your novel?
The Adventure of Light.
How long have you been doing the novel?
I think I've doing it for about 5-10 minutes now.
Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it, yes.
So I did doing a podcast. I do Lego. I do lots of activities. Some general, like youth voice, drama, and everything.
Yep.
Have you enjoyed, which was your favourite today?
My two favorites, Lego and the podcast.
Yeah, what did you talk about on the podcast?
About Manchester, the transport, major events happening in the city, the new, being that with both transport is happening this year, or and they have the new train services from December.
Would you come again to one of these activities?
I will come again.
Yeah.
For another event.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura. Hi.
Do you enjoy working here?
I do, yeah. I work for Young Manchester and I feel like I get to do a lot of fun things and I get to engage with lots of different people in the community. So I've been able to meet so many people across Manchester, which I love.
What's this session here today?
So I'm running our grants section. So we're talking all about how young people can decide how different things get funded and wanting to ask young people what they're actually interested in being funded. So it's kind of like, what do you like about Manchester? What don't you like? And if you could kind of decide to fund something, what would that something be?
What have people's experiences with the session been so far?
Ooh, I think we've had some really good feedback. People have talked about how the big thing is cost of living. It's just expensive, so it's really hard to do anything when you're just trying to survive. And people have talked a lot about not having access to things. So if they have different access needs, they might not have the youth groups or clubs or things they want to do that they can just go out and do. So those have been the big takeaways so far.
Yeah. What have some of the suggestions been for what should be funded?
We've had lots to talk about like different clubs and spaces specifically for young people. People have talked about how like there's events and there's things, but not for young people in particular. So just kind of having a bit more focus in the city.
Yeah, so I'm Daniel. I'm a student at Manchester College, Openshaw campus. I do T-level mechanical engineering. Yeah.
So hi, my name's Josh. I'm a mechanical engineer and I work for Atkins Realis, but I basically like to volunteer at SENDCode youth club, which kind of runs like SEN provisions for students and young people. And I try and get them involved with engineering and different kind of tasks to try and get them thinking about careers in STEM, but also get them motivated about science. Because often I do find as someone who has SEN himself and has been in the industry, that sometimes teaching can kind of be a little bit of disconnect between students with SEN and also trying to teach them subjects that in a conventional setting. So I try and teach them the same kind of principles. For example, today we're doing aerodynamics with paper planes, but trying to do it through unconventional means, such as getting the kids to try different designs, so that way they can see for themselves the differences it makes. For example, having lift over wings as an example and stuff like that. So Daniel here is a young budding engineer, and kind of trying my best to show him the route and the path, but also different methods to become that and realize his dream.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, both of you. Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone who took part in this episode. If you have any SEND opportunities or services you'd like us to cover, don't be afraid to get in touch. Follow us at MCR Local Offer Podcasts on Instagram.
I'm Beck.
And I'm Caprice.
And we'll see you next time.